What's going on here is a quick Livescope Plus review. I have the 34, I think it's 34V transducer on it, and it's totally portable. It's a do-it-yourself, I call it lazy ass version, because I could have done it a lot more thoroughly, but just my nature is I want to get it done. Now, ideas, I'd love to give credit to all the YouTube University people I borrowed from, but unfortunately I cobbled together a bunch of ideas. So this is an original. I don't know that you necessarily want to copy it, but it's an idea for a portable unit if you're interested. So I'll leave the links for everything down below I got. So this is a piece of luggage that houses the black box and the batteries and whatever other important stuff you might need, like the cords. So as you can see, I drilled 2 holes here. That's the power and HDMI. And then on the other side, I have the transducer cable that, let's see if I can show you. This mounting system itself is made for kayaks. It's called the FISCHER mount, and as in Christine Fisher. If you haven't seen her YouTube channel, you should check it out. It's really pretty good. She's a hell of a fisher person competitively. And this was purchased through Dugout Bait and Tackle. They're out of Georgia, and I think it took about a week to get in, but it's for my needs. It works really well. As you can see, the transducer wire actually runs down through the tube. So let's look inside. What we have on this side, I happen to have an extra basically watertight fitting right here. The other side doesn't have watertight, but oh well, I'll survive, hopefully. Okay, so the suitcase has 2 hatch buckles, really good. All right, 2 15, actually 18 volt batteries. They're wired in parallel, so I have 36 amp hours. Well, I said 18 volt. It's 18 amp hours each for a total of 36, and they're 12 volt batteries. You can get these on Amazon, and again, I'll leave the links for both of these. Wired in parallel. There's a breaker here to feed out and wire in the power, and let's see, what else do we have going into there? I think that's the power feed right now. Then we have the black box that is mounted in here as well. All these are Velcroed down with pretty good solid Velcro. These are bound up so that if I decide I want to wire this permanently, I have enough where I can string it through the kayak. But so far I'm satisfied with it, the way that it works, so I don't know that I'll do that. There's an on-off switch right here, you can see. With the Livescope black box and the graph, I think it's around 0.75 amps an hour, so I found I can run this and leave it on the whole time, all day, for about 2 days, and then the batteries need to be recharged. It's quite easy to recharge the batteries. You just hook up your terminal post right there for recharging, and it's a pretty quick process. So that's what the inside looks like, and with the Velcro, I can actually pick this thing up and carry it like a suitcase and not worry about the batteries shaking loose or the bus bar, the circuit breaker, or anything else. So let's install this thing on the boat. All right, this is the 9-inch Garmin graph. It's, I think, 93 SV. Again, I'll leave the length. I got or the link for the I got the 9-inch because my 7-inch Humminbird is generation 3. Had I had a generation 4, I probably would have been able to use that as my primary scope. The only problem with that is, from what I understand, most people say that 9-inch is probably the minimum you really want to use to run your Livescope Plus or Livescope or Active Target or whatever Hummingbird's version is. So let's install it. Okay, so it's sitting in the boat. This is the graph side with power. All right, this is the transducer, and this comes with this mounting holder. Comes with everything you get for the Fisher mount, and it is still available. I double checked. All right, so what we do here is we lift this up. This has got to go in sideways. It's pretty tight fit, but you can probably order something a little better. All right, so what I do on the Hobie here is make sure the wires are pretty loose, and then just slide it behind the seat bracket, loop it a time or two over the H-rail, you know, and your boat's gonna depend on what you do. Come back around, make sure that nothing's in the way binding it, and then slide it in. Go around it a couple of times, and the wires through here, you just slip this in under the seat and make sure the wires aren't bound up too much, and then basically don't leave too much slop, because as you know, fishing line has a tendency to want to be caught wherever the heck it is, and then just put it into the back of the graph.
Free Spooling Keith here. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Hopefully I provided some useful information. If not, I apologize for wasting your time. Tight lines, good times, and the next time you'll see some content of actual fishing.